We all know that data is, absolutely essential for business. But let's be real. Most of the time, its true value is just locked away inside these complicated spreadsheets, right? It forces you to fight with this wall of complexity just to get a simple answer. And for a lot of us, seeing a formula that looks like this is pretty much where the analysis just stops cold. Your eyes glaze over, it looks totally intimidating, and suddenly there's this huge barrier between the data you have and the answers you actually need. But what if you could get all the power of a formula like that without ever having to write it or even really understand how it works? Well, that's exactly the game-changing shift we're about to explore. So, this is where Gemini in Google Sheets comes in. And you should think of it less like just another feature and more like an AI partner that works right alongside you to make sense of all your data. The whole idea here is so simple, it's kind of brilliant. You just describe what you need in plain English. That's it. Suddenly, the days of hunting around for the right function and syntax are just over. This makes powerful analysis accessible to everyone, not just the spreadsheet wizards. So let's see how this actually works. Imagine an HR coordinator with a big list of job applicants. They don't need to know anything about IF statements or AND functions. They just type a simple, clear request, just like this one. And boom, just like that, Gemini generates the perfect formula. This is that magic moment, right? It's translating a simple human thought into a powerful, precise command that the spreadsheet understands instantly. But, okay, how does this actually play out in the real world? Let's take a look at how a couple of different professionals are using this to work faster and, way more importantly, work smarter. First up, the marketing manager. You know their world is swimming in campaign data, and that data is almost never clean. Their challenge is a classic one. They've got messy data pouring in from all different sources. Nothing is formatted the same way. The goal is simple. Figure out which ads are actually working, but the process of getting there is usually a manual, time-sucking nightmare. With Gemini, this whole thing becomes a super fast 3-step sprint. It automatically cleans and standardizes the data. Then, it uses a simple AI function to categorize campaign performance as either excellent or poor. And just like that, the manager can see exactly where to put their money. What used to take hours now takes moments. Total chaos becomes crystal clear. Okay, now let's switch gears to a totally different role, the sales analyst. Their world is often all about understanding the voice of the customer. So they're facing a mountain of qualitative data. We're talking thousands of customer comments. And you know the next big idea is buried in there somewhere, but honestly, who has the time to read every single one? Gemini just rips right through it. It can perform sentiment analysis on every single comment in a flash. Then, the analyst can just ask it to find and chart the key trends, helping them uncover a new opportunity in minutes, not weeks. It's incredible. And that last part, just asking for a chart, brings us to what might be the biggest shift of all, the power to have an actual conversation directly with your data. This all happens through the Gemini side panel. You don't have to build a pivot table, you don't have to fiddle with chart settings, you just ask a question, just like you would ask a colleague. And in response, you get this. No pivot tables, no formatting menus, just an instant, clear visualization. You see what's working and what isn't right away. It is truly insight on demand. So when you put all of this together, the natural language formulas, the automated organization, the conversational analysis, it really leads to a fundamental shift in how we work. And this is really the key takeaway. It's not just about storing information in cells anymore. It's about transforming that raw information into clear, confident business decisions faster than ever before. And that leaves us with a final thought to chew on. We've just seen how Gemini essentially gives your data a voice. So thinking about your own spreadsheets, your own projects, if your data could finally talk back to you, what would be the very first question you'd ask?